Hello, hi. Welcome, welcome. Where did we leave off last time? I think we just did the eyes, right? Okay, so next should be the mouth. But hi, welcome on in, everyone. So I was just trying to remember what we did last time. Hi, Kay, welcome on in. Hmm. Hi, Akaza. How are you doing? I am doing good. I've decided that I've been drinking too much coffee in the evening, so I'm trying to cut it off today. I hope I'm not too sleepy or disoriented because usually I have like some coffee a few hours before stream, so I'm awake, but I think it's affecting my sleep. So I'm like, let me not do that. But how have you guys been? Sorry I didn't stream the other day. I was like, not feeling good. And I thought, you know what? I can take the day off. Hopefully, we can finish this model today. I'm very confident. Doing good myself. That's nice to hear. Found out your favorite author has good opinions on Elden Ring. I mean, it's a fantasy game. He's a fantasy author. Shrugs vaguely. I have been rereading some of his books. Um, yeah, I've been enjoying that. It actually made me stay up a bit later than I should have. I think the other day, and I was like, I need to pace myself. Got a very healthy mindset when it comes to death in Elden Ring. Hmm, I suppose. I didn't watch too much of the stream. I only saw like a couple clips. I'm vaguely aware that he did an Elden Ring stream. So okay, I prepared this. His mindset on death in Elden Ring is that dying doesn't matter, you're immortal, and simply come back slightly more prepared than last time. I mean, isn't that the whole point of Elden Ring? The mindset's very accurate, yeah. Maybe one day, maybe one day I'll play it. That day is not soon, though. You know what? I should probably add it to my wish list. Yeah. Let me go on Steam right now. Hmm. This is kind of pricey. I'll add it to my wish list, and if there's like a 90% off one day, maybe I'll get it. You know how I'll be able to afford Elden Ring? If I actually get artwork done. Jokes aside, I do tend to be very productive off stream. I save my I wouldn't say easy, but straightforward models, the ones where I already know how to handle it. So it doesn't use, what's it called? I don't use any brain power to do the art. So yeah, don't feel guilty if I start yapping. How much is Elden Ring for you? It's about like $50. So you're in UK, aren't you? I am. My Steam account is not. Because it still thinks I'm in like, it still thinks I'm in Malaysia. So yeah, which is great because I get like games at a discount. Allegedly. Was the Malaysian currency? It is the Malaysian ringgit. It is currently 199 ringgit. Hold on, let me do the conversion rate. It is $48. I was surprisingly close. I kind of just eyeball these things. Can you convert it to AUD? It is 74 Australian dollars. Oh, hi, Julian. My cat has been super affectionate lately. She has an insatiable desire to cuddle. It's a nice problem to have. I would even call it a problem. Hi, baby. But she likes to just sit on me all hours of the day. She's so cute. Don't worry. I always pet her all day, every day. Ow. Guys, look. He's so cute. I'm really loving this. I need to remember to fix the hair. Lamb makes good soup. I agree. This is a demonic lamb, I think. It has 5 eyes. I feel like it'll be spicy, which is good. Even better soup. Yeah, we have lamb soup, flavored with the essence of hellfire. If that was a real thing, I can imagine every other channel on YouTube will be using it as a challenge. New spiciest soup just dropped. I like spicy food so long as it's flavorful. I don't like it if it's only painful. And you'd find this in like very cheap, in quotes, spicy stuff where it doesn't taste good, but it burns. So you have like the how do you say this? The worst aspects of both. Lamb soup with a dash of hellfire and blood of the innocent and chaos. I'd order that. Hello, what are you rigging? We are rigging this little guy. Ow. You want to see something cool? I got he's so cute. Yeah, I love him. He's so adorable. I want to pick him up and hug him. I knew how to make like this little animation. I'm like, okay, this is very simple. Ah, why are bricks being thrown at me? What did I do? But yeah, I had this idea of how this animation works, and I was like, I know how it works in principle, but I've never tried it. I'm like, what if? And yeah, it came out beautifully. I think I could have even made it like 3 different sparkles, because it just alternates between this and this. If you throw in a third one, it would be even better. But I'm like, we'll see. Hi, Goldie. Welcome on in. Hi, Feather. How's the art coming along? It is coming along nicely. Hopefully we can finish this today. Probably can't hang too long. Got my own stream in 45. Ah, okay. Hello. Mm, where were we? So I got distracted. I was showing off the sparkles. I still remember Nadia going, swearing at you. That made me laugh. They're usually a very chill person. Feather, why would you do this? No, we're not. Animated mascot. Oh yeah, this one is just a mascot, but I made the eyes sparkle if you open them very wide. Because this is what it normally looks like, right? What I do? Oh, I'm talking about that one time ages ago. You were trolling Nadia, and then she was like, "You feathery fuck." That made me laugh. I think that's the first time I saw them not very calm and chill. You managed to break them. Right, I was messing with her, saying that's the New Zealand flag, not the Australian one. That, yeah, it was amusing. This mascot almost done. The eyes are done. The mouth, we're about halfway there. Head angles and physics are actually quite simple. So yeah, we could finish this today. Of course, it was the Australian flag. I lied. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with gaslighting your friends. Also, the existence of New Zealand implies existence of Old Zealand. I think if there's the old one, they just call it Zealand. Like, for example, the city of New York, right? I think in England there's just the city of York. They're not very original with their names. What is Old South Wales? I don't know. I just got here. I'm not the best with geography. For a second, I thought I made a mistake, but it's okay. It's okay. We're all good. I was like, wait a minute. Elden Ring canonically has at least four gods that exist in a plane of existence beyond the lands between the Rot God, the Formless Mother, the Fell God, and the Greater Will. You know, Feather actually is thinking about playing Elden Ring. If you donate all of your channel points to the cause, it's a community goal, right? If you donate all of them, I actually don't like that about the Twitch goals where there's like a maximum limit you can donate per day. So yeah, I finished Elden Ring. It's got really, really good environmental storytelling. Ah, you know what that means? Someone out there has made like an 8 hour long video on Elden Ring lore, specifically based on. So there is this one skeleton in this obscure corner of the map. One of the things I'm really fond of is Fallout and Skyrim lore. And a lot of it is just, like you've mentioned, environmental storytelling rather than them telling you directly. So yeah, there's always just like speculation and those theory videos. I know for a fact there's an 11-hour video on Dark Souls lore. I am not surprised in the slightest. I didn't finish Elden Ring the proper way like most people. I just play with a friend. Honestly, I don't see a problem with that. Elden Ring has dressed. It's so idyllic. I'm not sure what idyllic means. Peaceful. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can imagine. I've seen some gameplay, and it's one of those everything is deadly but beautiful at the same time. It's beautiful, and then you fight bosses, and then you think twice about what you said. Hey, they can be beautiful and kick your ass. It doesn't have to be one or the other. I'm seeing a lot of Elden Ring lore followed by I have Macca's. I haven't had fast food in a while. I've been eating healthy. Okay, mouth is done. Hi, Amber. Welcome on in. Look at this little guy. He's so cute. I have to say, this sparkle is one of my favorite features. I'm gonna use this so many times in the future now. Silly goober, yeah. Amber doesn't like it when I kill someone. Is that like killing Parthenax in Skyrim? Because that's my husband, Akazat. Honestly, fair. You know what you need to do? Every time Akaza is playing Elden Ring, just invade the world, PvP. Every single time. You gotta defend your fictional wolf boy hubby. Hmm. I don't know if you can do shocked though. Does that look a bit strange? Hmm. You let him live once, and it was only because it benefited you. You're evil, Akaza. You're the antagonist. You know, I actually played Baldur's Gate with a friend who is exactly like that. I am very soft with NPCs. Anytime anyone's in danger, I try my best to rescue all of them. Whereas he's like, "Oh no, it's okay. We don't need to save them." I'm like, "Why not?" He's like, "Oh, we don't get anything from them. They don't give us XP. Oh, they don't have any good loot. It's fine. We'll just move on." So I'm like, if I just start quoting, like he says a lot of things like that, right? So I'm like, I want to just start noting down a lot of the stuff that you say, and the next campaign that we run, I will make an antagonist, which is or a big bad evil guy, right? That only says the things you have said about NPCs in Baldur's Gate 3. Ordikai, I'm merciless. I'll kill an NPC for the simple crime of making eye contact with me. I could never. I'm too nice to NPCs. Okay, I don't think we're doing shocked. But what about angry? This could work. I think this is good. Hi, Maylene. Welcome on in. Okay, not to sound like a broken record, but literally every time someone pops in, I'm like, hey, look what this thing can do. God damn it. I keep pressing space. Look at him. I'm tired early today. I'm going to bed. Well, thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you next time. Made even more cute. Yeah, he's so adorable. I want to just hug him. Enjoy the art. Thank you. Good night, Goldie. I need a real life plushie of it ASAP. It is a demon goat. What would a real life thing like this look like? Hold on, I'm Googling demon lamb. Well, I'm seeing a lot of Cult of the Lamb stuff. This is the first evil lamb that I saw. We will stick to art. Demon Lamb, Cult of the Lamb? Yeah. I've never played it. Although I love how this is the Twitch stuff where you can have chat in there. It's so fun, yeah. I've seen a few people play it, and I'm too nice. I never click the hinder button. I always click the help one, but other people are mean. I don't really think they are, but you know. I've actually never played too many Souls games. I played, I think, about half of Dark Souls 2. This was back when I had my potato laptop. It would run at like 20 frames a second. And I think I broke my W and A key. Like, it's a very old laptop. That thing is like pushing 12 years, right? In fact, my brother was using it. He has it, back in our home country. And he asked me if he could borrow it because he wants to like turn it into a server, just like to play around with, right? So I'm like, yeah, you can use it for now. And And he called me and is like, "This thing is awful. There's a hole cut into the bottom. Half the keys don't work. God only knows what happened to your trackpad." But yeah, it's for all intents and purposes, it's basically a desktop because you need like a USB. You need a USB keyboard because the inbuilt keyboard, half the keys are broken and don't work. You need a mouse because the trackpad is all weird. Like sometimes it doesn't move and it feels. I don't know. There's a lot of friction for some reason. Maybe it just needs to be cleaned. But yeah, that thing has seen better days. But yeah, my brother wanted to turn it into cloud storage. So I was like, yeah, you can go around, play with it. But I expected him to give it back. I'm like, yeah, you are loaning this thing. You learn, you practice. Once you figure it out, you get your own machine when you give this to me. Although I did tell him if he's very nice to me, he can have it. It's a very old laptop, and at the end of the day, I have a spare computer here. It's like an old office thing, doesn't have a GPU, nothing like that. So I could always turn that into a cloud storage, or for literally anything. But yeah, well, I just have a lot of fond memories with that laptop. I don't want to just discard it. Sentimental value. Ori playing on a laptop that's as old as Squirrel. I don't know. I don't think Squirrel is 12. Kill the ones that I've been told to kill, and that one that steals the stuff. Okay, if an NPC steals your stuff, yeah, ice them. I actually, speaking of killing NPCs, I actually told my friend, what if we play Baldur's Gate, but we go on evil murder hobo run? Terrible way to be a player. Just show up and kill literally everything you see. But I'm like, this is a video game. I want to see if we can break it. What if we kill literally every NPC we come across? How far can we go before we break the game? PUV Barbarian. Exactly. Are you guys familiar with Chaotic Good Barbarian? Hold on, let me find it. I found an image because I didn't know what he was called. This guy. So for those who are familiar, I had a chaotic because I've been playing Baldur's Gate with some friends of mine, right? And I had a moment where I basically was RPing this person. Someone cast Moonbeam, giant ray of radiant light burning on the ground, right? So what I did was I'm like, you like magic, right? I pick him up, throw him into his own fire, kill them with their own spells. Felt awesome. I'm cooking cod fillets in the air fryer right now. Oh, that sounds tasty. I haven't done that in a while. Like there was a time where I'd cook it like once a day, but I just haven't bought it in a while. I think I bought some and then I forgot about them in the fridge and then they went nasty. And yeah, I think I was put off cooking fish in the air fryer for a while. You know what I love about air fryers? The timer, right? You just throw it in and you forget about it. The one downside to ovens, I think some of them do have a timer, but I think all of the ones here in this house don't. So sometimes when people are cooking, I think one of my housemates, he was making fries. Literally, I was about to head out and I see him putting the stuff in the oven. And I go out shopping. I'm out for like an hour and a half. I come back, I'm putting my stuff away in the kitchen, then I realize the oven is still on. I was like, maybe someone else is cooking. And then I'm like, but I know this person. I think he has ADHD. He like forgets everything. So I go, what if? And then I open the oven. It is just charred remains of, I think he was cooking fries. And this huge cloud of smoke just pops out. I was like, oh, oops. And I'm like, well, this is why I only use the air fryer. Because I sometimes forget like my food. I'm like, oh shit, I was cooking something. I go downstairs. I realize, the air fryer turns itself off. The food is still warm because, it's insulated. And yeah. Oh my god, yeah, and that's why I'm glad we have the fire door in the kitchen. Ori chat, name your D&D alignment. I am. Hmm. I think neutral good. Because like chaotic neutral. Ori's lawful evil. I am not evil. Okay, a lot of the lawyering that I do, the actually this says this. I do that IRL, by the way. I'm very annoying to my friends. I could see that being lawful evil. Puts Ordy in a hamburger. That'd actually be adorable. You know what I was thinking in the shower earlier today? I'm like, Halloween had passed. You know what would have made a great Halloween costume? My 1.0 model, the first VTuber model I ever made. It was of this Ordikai model, right? But it was back when I didn't know how to draw and didn't know how to rig. So, yeah. But I actually try not to bash my old work too much. Because, you might go like, oh, this old work, oh, look, I was so bad before. Haha, look, this is so terrible. I've improved better. And you might be like, okay, it's fine because it's your work and you have improved and all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's very nice because, sure, you have improved, but someone else might be just starting out. They might see that quality and go, oh, this person says this is terrible, but mine looks just like it. Does that mean mine is terrible? And they might feel bad. So, yeah, I try not to bash on my old work too much. But hi, Maxine. Welcome on in. Wait, Maxine, have you seen the eye sparkles? For like the 12th time today. Look, I've shown this off like a dozen times. I'm so proud of it. I was there when you did it. Perhaps. Instead of saying your old work is bad, just say you've significantly improved. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do. Because at the end of the day, it's actually not a bad model. It's just, you can tell I was just learning art and just learning rigging. My old work is trash, my new work is mid, and your future work will be great. It's an upward trajectory. That still means you improved exactly, and that is the part we focus on. If not, I bonk you with the stick. That's not right. Oh, okay. Whoops, wrong setting. Hi, Kaji. Welcome on in. Hey, Kaji, want to see something? Look, look, look. His eyes sparkle. By the way, I've done this like 15 times today. Literally every time someone pops in and says hi, I'm like, hey, want to see something? Oh, ho, have you seen this? Showing every chat that comes in. Exactly. Any person who says hello, we're showing them the eye sparkles. As you should, it's adorbs. Thank you. Look, there's a time and place to be humble. Today is neither the time nor the place. I do want to try being less humble is not the word. More okay with showing off my work. Because usually I just do the work. I'm like, okay, this looks nice. And then, like, I'm happy, quiet to myself. So, yeah, I think I should, like, show off a bit more, you know? That way, more people can find the art. Based, I would do the same. I'm actually glad that, you see in the bottom left corner, this little sheep guy. This, I was experimenting a lot with making fluffy, woolly characters. So, yeah, I used a lot of the same techniques here. Fish fillets almost done. Ooh. Did you just eat them like that, or do you season them with something? Because what I do is, it's not cod. It's basically, I think, pollock. It's basically like the same thing. Okay, honestly, here in the UK, like the battered fish all taste the same to me. So usually I just get it, put a ton of salt and teriyaki sauce. I eat them plain. Ooh. I did try I forgot what dressing it was. It was okay. But what I really liked, teriyaki sauce. I've only known this little goat thing for a few seconds, and if anything happened to them, I would take out everyone else in the stream and then myself. I love that scene from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's going in the soup. And I actually say that to my friend Wally's mom every time Wally acts up. Because every time, ow, every time he misbehaves or, he's just a cat, does naughty cat things, I always text them like, you know what your son just did? And then he did so and so. If he keeps this up, I'm putting him in a stew. I think I saw a cat meme. Hold on. I saw a cat meme like that, and I just keep bothering my friend about it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. That's it. You're going in the soup. Yeah, I saw this one. Okay, make sure I copy the correct one. Yeah, this one. I would have this on a shirt. I'm back. Are we putting Ordi in a suit? No, we've already established they're putting me in a burger. Hold on. Yeah. You missed it, Kay, but apparently I'm in a hamburger. Actually, I could make a burger hat, you know? Little burger outfit. Just shove myself in there. Average Maxine message. Putting Ordi in a Wendy's burger. I have actually never had Wendy's. Do they have Wendy's here? You know, I'm new to the UK. I've never lived here before. I don't know what brands they have. Hold on. What are we searching? Wendy's UK. Hmm. They have one a few towns over. Is it worth? No, there is no way I'm going just for the burger. If I'm in the area, I'll give it a try. Wendy's doesn't exist in Australia, really? Speaking of meme shirts, I'm gonna DM you a meme shirt I want. I don't think it does. Pretty sure it's a US thing. They have it in the UK, so you don't have Wendy's either. Uh the one close to me is really bad. They serve rubber chicken. So maybe I shouldn't try Wendy's. Is this Christmas music? No, it's too early for that. What about Five Guys? I've never had that before, but I did see a branch here. Is it any good? This is the assumption that they're all like the exact same, you know? But in your countries, is it good? There's exactly one IKEA in the state of Australia I live in. I mean, IKEAs are so massive, it probably takes up half the state, so Five Guys is really good, just really expensive. Maybe I'll keep it as my monthly treat. It was really good. The Cajun fries are good. I've not had Cajun fries in ages. You know the thing I miss most about Malaysia? Hold on. I'm going to show you guys the life I was living before I moved. Hold on, let me see the meme shirt. Can I show this? Okay. Autism be damned. My wife can work again. You know, I would always have dumb cat shirts like this. The beautiful thing in Malaysia, right? On their online store, you can order like custom shirts and you pay like $5 for it to just be whatever you want printed on it. You just send them the image and they get it done. And I have like a ton of them. I would share them because that's exclusively what I wear out in the wild and I don't want to be spotted. We don't have one in New Zealand yet. It's been in construction since 2019. Huh. Okay, in their defense, they are massive, so. Wait, sorry, I was showing you guys something. Hmm. Malaysia KGP burger. So my favorite fast food place in Malaysia is this place called KGB. It stands for Killer Gourmet Burgers. For like $5, right? Like $5 US, you get like this massive burger. Let me see if I can find what I usually order. I don't find images. Okay, here we are. You buy like these massive burgers with like fries, and I think lemonade, and it costs you like $5. I was really living it up in Malaysia. That's what I loved about it. If you work remotely online, you earn USD, spend ringgit, you'd be living life. It's beautiful. Anyway, in my last month, I exclusively only ate out because I knew I couldn't do that once I moved here. I think I gained like 5 kg. I lost it all when I moved here, but for a time. I'm out here wondering since when could you buy houses in IKEA? You can actually buy houses off of Amazon. Did you guys see them? They look like little shipping containers. You just unfold. Hold on. They look like these things. Hold on. Oh, we have ads. Hold on. We'll wait for yeah, we'll wait for the ads to finish. But it's basically like this, right? It's like this is a shipping container size, and then you just unfold it and it becomes a house. There was actually an old TV show where I think it's called House Movers. What they do is they separate the house from like the foundation, and then they move it over to like the new location and just plop the house down. And this is an actual house, you know. Like for example, someone has a house, but they bought like a new plot of land, and they don't want to build a new house. They want to move their old one. Yeah, it was wild. Let me see if we can find some pictures of it. I don't know what it's called. Is it called Massive Homes? Oh, sorry, Massive Moves. Yeah, basically, they had a TV show where they just move houses. For when people are already attached to a house or they put a lot of work into renovating it, you just move the house. Exactly. Honestly, I think that's a bit extreme. Would you guys buy a house like this? So yeah, we're talking about you can buy houses on like Amazon and stuff. It's basically like a shipping container like this. It's you basically plop it down. It's like this big, and then you just unfold it, and then you have rooms. I've actually have seen some videos of how it looks like on the inside. It actually doesn't look so bad, but I'm still skeptical. It is very cheap and looks nice, so something must be wrong with it, and I don't know what it is yet. I haven't done like a deep dive into it. I just saw like a few shorts about it, but who knows? Hmm. They're actually not too crazy expensive. Also, I think this is a decoration. But yeah, anyway, this was like when talking about moving houses, there was a TV show. It's called Massive Moves. I remember it would show up on TV when I was like really young. I think it was something my dad was watching. And yeah, the show was basically just moving the houses, and the drama and suspense was moving to like very hard to reach places. Maybe it's up a mountain and stuff. So yeah, I don't know if they've ever dropped a house. They probably have. I was texting my friend the other day. I think I mentioned this already on stream. I was telling him how I missed Malaysia. And then as I was like talking to him about it, literally the only thing I was listing out was the food places. Maybe I'll go back for a visit, you know? You know what I want more than what's it called? If I had to pick one technology that would be invented in the near future, it would be portal technology, right? Instantaneous delivery of goods. Not to mention travel, right? Because think about it. Assuming there's no like risks or problems associated, it's almost a magical portal, right? You could still have like train stations, except at the end of the station is just a portal. It's like, oh, going to this place. Everyone boards the train, pushes it through, everyone just gets off. Instant it's like using a train normally, except there's no in between travel time. That's what I want. Now, traveling would be instantaneous. Shipping would be changed forever. Yeah. And if there's no limit on distance, space travel. You set up one on Mars, be colonized in a few decades. Yeah, dropping houses is a risk. I've seen dropped houses in person once. Oh, really? That's unfortunate. It's very normal, at least here. I've seen many. Oh, really? Whenever I see these things on TV, I just assume like, oh, it's this far away niche thing that doesn't really happen commonly. But 3D printing houses out of concrete is a thing that's picking up wind, supposed to be faster and cheaper. I want it, but there's a few limitation. It's actually been around for ages. I don't know why it's not too widespread. I think there was an issue with it, but I forgot what. Hmm. I know one thing they're really looking to do is using it to make like lunar bases. Because the problem with shipping stuff to space is things are heavy. What's the cost of shipping something per kg to space? Hold on. Shipping to space cost per kg. Okay. It costs, according to AI Overview, which is Reliable. Not at all. That's a joke. Ranges about 1,000 to $75,000 per kg. Hmm. So yeah, they're not going to be sending bricks. Imagine spending $1,000 per brick you launch into space and to build a house on the moon. Yeah, it's not going to work. I remember when I first saw a house being moved as a kid, I was in awe. Yeah, I can imagine because those things are like massive. I think I really want to finish this today. So yeah, stream doesn't end until this model is done. I was on a road trip, funnily. I saw it out the window and I screamed, "You can just do that?" That's adorable. I'm back. Sorry for suddenly brain shut off. Hey, you never have to apologize. Pop in and out as much as you want. Well, this may take a while. Yeah. Sometimes, right? I do like a lot of art during the day, full-time artist and all. And a part of me is like, what if I just do this, but I do it live and then have like a full 8 hour stream of just me doing art silently. But I was like, I actually don't think I'll be able to be as productive if like stream is on because I'm chatting with people. We get distracted. We go off on tangents, and I don't want to just have a stream where it's just silently sitting doing work. There are some people who like that, mm, but I don't think so. Because I'm thinking to myself, if I'm just sitting quietly doing art, I could do that, offline. So yeah, it's something that I toyed around with. And even a part of me was like, well, if I do it during the day, it would be fine because like for example, the people who show up here in the evening are they're used to the yappy streams, right? That's the kind of stream that I have built up. So if I start streaming like literally 12 hours earlier in the day, it's probably not going to be the same people around because, probably different time zones and stuff. So I was like, what if? I mean, we're talking about moving houses, move the physical buildings. Oh, yeah. I lost the image. And also buying houses on Amazon. I feel like if I just owned like a random plot of land, maybe I would have just bought those like cheap houses from Amazon rather than building one. Could work. I don't know how the plumbing and stuff works though. I imagine it's similar to, or maybe they set up like the plumbing and just connect the house to it once they deliver it. This is a rabbit hole I intend to go down, maybe tomorrow. I feel it's similar to an RV, exactly. I think there's some RVs where, how do you say this? Like you can just connect it to a normal sewage system if need be. Lego brick plumbing. What does that mean? Just clicks on. Oh yeah. If it works like that, because like put it this way, how much does it cost to build a house? Okay, say you were building a one-story house, right? Mm, it's giving me cost per square meter. I don't want per square meter. I want just rough average estimate. Okay, average cost to build two-bedroom house. Low end is like £170,000. High end about 300,000. Hmm. The houses you can buy off of Amazon are like £6,000. So I'm just saying we could do it, guys. What if we bought like a giant farm, right? Bought a bunch of these houses, started a compound. It could be a real cult. Fish fillets are done. Ah, okay. Hope you enjoy. What if we brought a private island and put those houses on it? But how will I have packages delivered? That's actually like a running gag. Some friends of mine and I have. I'm like, I want to buy a castle, right? It has to have walls. Okay, it needs to be defensible in case the zombies come. Drones. Hmm. You may be onto something. Because see, the problem with the drones is I think it's a lot of regulations. But if we have like our postal address at the coastline where they just like dump it. No, wait, but that defeats the purpose. You could just go buy a boat and pick it up. Hmm. We install a catapult by the coastline, so the delivery driver just needs to load it up and then push a button and then it launches it towards us. That's how we get our packages. Imagine buying a TV. A TV is something I would use if I already have it, but I don't see myself actually going out to get one because I just have, my PC, my monitors. Trebuchet, exactly. It's cheap, it's efficient, not made of plastic, so, biodegradable, good for the planet, and most importantly, it is fun. Oh, right, sorry, I forgot. We're talking about the context of catapults. Imagine buying a TV or anything fragile. Yeah. Okay, now we need to invest in NASA's technology. Because when they drop, like, I think they actually had one of their rovers. When they land, they basically inflate like a balloon and it just like crashes onto the surface and bounces around. We might need to do something like that. I'm the kind of person that would get more pleasure out of a fancy router than a 4K 90-inch TV. That is true. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I barely can tell when anything is super crisp, you know? Like color wise, resolution wise. I don't really notice a difference. I have my in quotes good monitor is this old 1080p one that I got for I think like $40 at a secondhand store. Apparently, the color is not as crisp as the more newer models. 'Cause it uses some kind of backing. I forgot what it was called. TF something? I don't know. It's not an LED monitor. And I asked my friend who knows more about these than I do, because he loves to like examine the specs of things like monitors, phones, etc. And I was like, instead of searching on Google, I can just ask him. So walking in the mall, I point at it. I'm like, okay, this thing is big. It's cheap. What's wrong with it? So he looked at it, did some search on his phone. Is like, as far as I can tell, only problem maybe the colors are not as crisp. And I'm gonna be honest, I can't tell the difference. I have two monitors; they look the same to me. Oh God, you talk about being on an island. I thought, imagine be. I thought, God, imagine being able to buy a TV in this economy. Yeah, we were talking about the catapult, and I also thought the exact same thing. I don't know why, but yeah, Amber meant like buying something fragile and putting it on the catapult. It also confused me at first for a second, but in my defense, I didn't have my evening coffee. I'm trying to stop that. Yeah, it took me a while as well because I didn't get it. Yeah, same, same. I had to read the second one before I also realized. Mm. No, I don't think it actually. Yeah, I don't think it was a problem. It was just for a moment I forgot the context and just read it as is. I actually wouldn't even buy a fancy router. You know what I'd buy? Random router, Ethernet cable, all the way. Not bad wordy or just too literal. Yeah, sometimes it's a problem. Sometimes I play it up, do it very intentionally just to be annoying, to like some friends of mine. But other times, like just, yeah, it'd be like that sometimes, you know. Okay, this is good. Mm. The snout, so he was a little forward. Okay, that's pretty good. I got a lot of chores I gotta do in like 30 minutes. Honestly, I've been meaning to vacuum my room for like a week now. I've just been procrastinating it. I've been busy. But as an artist, being busy is a good problem to have. It means I can spoil my cats. If they mean Wi-Fi router, I'd happily spend 4 grand on a router without Wi-Fi because Ethernet is king. Yeah, sorry, I thought Wi-Fi router. It's like that's insane. But to be fair, I don't think crazy internet speeds are even like a necessity. I feel like once you what's it called? Once you exceed like 300 Mbps, I don't think you really get like a much return on that, you know? That's my opinion. Oh, whoops. Because, like, at a certain point, it becomes so fast you just don't notice it. Who needs Wi Fi? I use Ethernet on my phone. What I mean to say is, if you have just a regular average router, and not the fastest speeds, because on your phone, realistically, do you need a crazy amount of speed? On a phone, 50 Mbps works fine. I did see some people talking about they were what's it called? They were entangling particles as a way of transferring data instantaneously. So when that finally happens and is available in everyone's phone, we wouldn't even need Wi-Fi. Everything is just maximum speed. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Hold on, let me see if I can find the article. Yeah, quantum internet is a network of devices that exchange quantum information and share entanglement, enabling secure communication, precise timing. Okay, this is just a basically wiki page. But yeah, quantum entanglement for long range communication and data transfers. Exactly. That's what we want to have. Think about it. Internet speed that is, I think, is limited to the speed of light, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, because it's still transferring information, and even that one's limited by speed of light. So yeah, the future is looking good. My cat videos will load way faster, and that is the only appropriate way to use advancements in technology. Just don't look at the routers, it may behave differently. But fiber is using light, but it has to convert light to electrical signals at some point, which creates bottleneck. Yeah, that is true. Like at the endpoints. But then again, who knows? I'm not a researcher. I just see these things and go, that's neat, and probably hope to see it before I'm like 70 or something. What do you guys think the future will be like? Because I don't think we can imagine it. If you look at the old timey predictions in newspapers of what the 20th century will look like, or was it 21st? I don't know. Whatever century we're in, people back then were like, wow, it'll look like this. And then you see a lot of steampunk esque looking technology, airships, yada, yada, yada. Because back then, they just didn't have, what's it called? They just had no concept of what the future technology was. Like, for example, one guy invented transistors, and now all your technology is flat screens, no longer the giant box TVs. Most likely like the Fallout games. Let us hope not. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't think I will make a very good survivor. Not unless we already had our island, we already had our castle, then we'll be fine. That's why fiber to home is kind of a scam. Sometimes internet is labeled as fiber because there's a fiber somewhere. What you want is fiber direct from ISP to your house to reduce latency. Yeah, well, in my home country, they're like, this is fiber internet. And then you get 50 Mbps. Not exaggerating. My internet is a new company that can only run fiber since there's a legal monopoly on running cooks. Ah, yeah, I did see a documentary on maybe not the internet, but I think it's like the phone companies. They've basically divided like the US in terms of coverage. They're like, okay, this one we will only be here, here, here. So that people in those states basically forced to use like one of like the major companies, you know? So they don't overlap too much, right? They've decided to split the monopoly in two, which kind of sucks. They just tore out the copper lines in my own. Almost everyone is fiber now. Phone and cable TV companies do that to prevent mass amounts of wires everywhere. That's what they say. Oh, town. Okay, that makes more sense. Isn't copper wires like expensive? It was ordered by the local government and as a reason. Ah, I'm still suspicious. I could be wrong, but it's more fun to think there's a conspiracy. What's a dumb conspiracy that might be real? Do you guys know any? Just look at countries that use DC over AC, the amounts of wire that has to be run. Do you mean like the electrical grid they use DC? No way. Hold on. You're probably right. Countries that use DC power. DC power is used for specific applications such as long distance high voltage transmission lines. That's horrible. It's horribly inefficient. Yeah, because the thing is, if you run DC power, how would you explain this? The power loss, the power is not 100% efficient when going through the power lines. There's some loss to heat, to sound, yada, yada, yada. The biggest benefit of AC power, alternating current, on those huge power lines is the loss is like way, way, way lower. Because I think you can amp them up, like you can use a transformer to like up the voltage like a crazy amount. Because the thing that makes it inefficient is the current. So with a transfer, sorry, this is high school physics. With a transformer, right? If you have a high current, if you have a high current, you basically produce a lot of heat, right? And that heat comes from somewhere. That is power that's wasted. AC power, a lot more efficient. You only have to run one cable. With DC, you have to run two cables for each line. Ah, that is true. Twice as expensive in terms of just raw material. But if the AC is not having to worry about polarity, imagine having to worry about plugging your microwave in the right way. Hey, don't worry about it. A lot of appliances are idiot proof. Like, for example, they are a lot of things that prevent you from plugging in batteries the wrong way because they know some idiot somewhere will try that. However, one time I did buy this super cheap lithium battery charger, and for those little lithium cells, like they look like double A batteries, right? It was for a project of mine. I accidentally plugged them in the wrong way, and that thing was so cheap it didn't have any protections. It basically just caught fire. Fortunately, the batteries were okay. It was the charger that burned. I didn't even need to plug it into the wall or anything. I plugged the battery into the machine, and yeah, it just started smelling like burning plastic. But the fact that they do it means there must be some benefit that we're not seeing. Maybe it's not the best choice, but I don't know. Because like earlier today, uh, I learned the benefits of having Face ID on your phone to unlock it. Because I'm like, what's the point? You just type in your password, or most phones have like fingerprint scanner, right? And then I realized, oh, I now live in a cold place. If I wear gloves, I can type. Typing is hard, but fingerprint scanning through a glove is not going to work. So, yeah, I'm like, I hadn't considered this. DC is easier on devices and said to last longer. Perhaps. DC motors are simpler. True, but most appliances have something that it converts the AC power in the wall to DC before it's actually used. So I don't know. AC to DC conversion is less efficient since AC gets converted to DC in devices anyway. You know what? Fair point. But you are losing power while transporting it, so Yes, but you've not reduced the overall reliability of the solution. Hmm. Well, fortunately, I don't work in the government where I have to pass laws saying this is how things should be. So I don't know. I'm grateful I don't have to think about it or make a decision. Oh, wrong button. Fun fact, unlike any country with half a brain, in New Zealand you can run AC wires in your wall. Just if your house burns down, don't expect insurance to pay for it. Hmm. I mean, they'd get out of paying for it whatever chance they can, so that's basically their business model. One thing about moving here is houses are now made out of like paper and wood, which makes me a bit nervous. Because in my home country, and even living in Malaysia, all of the houses are made of like concrete and stone. There's like no wood. If a house burns down, it is like carpet and furniture that burns. Walls, the floor, the ceiling, not flammable whatsoever. And even here in like the UK, the outside of the house is made of brick, but the inside is like a lot of plaster and wood. So, hmm. In Australia, they don't even let you run Ethernet in your walls. Is it like for security reasons or like safety, sorry, like fire safety reasons? A small fire hazard? But Ethernet cables use like what's the voltage of an Ethernet cable? Isn't it like 5 volts? Voltage in Ethernet cable. Hmm. 54 volts. Ah, okay. That's a bit surprising. I thought it was. Oh, sorry. I must be thinking of USB. USB is 5 volts. So, in fact, that smoke released from a burning shielded Ethernet cable is toxic. Hmm. Yeah, anything that, any kind of smoke whatsoever, I just assume is toxic and try my best not to breathe it in. Especially anything like plasticky. In New Zealand, if you want to run 230 volt AC, go for it. Yeah, well, a lot of times different countries have different regulations. I imagine they have a reason for it, so I just shrug and don't think about it. I know I said stream isn't ending until I finish this model, but what if I lied? Let Gotta Bounce have a good stream. Well, thanks for stopping by. I'm actually feeling kind of tired. I think I will call it a day as well. I didn't have my coffee. Normally we go a little bit longer, but I'm like, I can finish this tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I'm not lying. Okay. Who do we know that is live?